Hi, everybody. How are you doing? I'm Dr. Gail, and thanks for joining me today. I see everybody's talking about the nice weather that we're having. We're having nice weather also in the South, which is unusual for this time of year. It's usually still hot and summery, but we're having some nice weather also. So just a nice relief. But thanks, everybody, for being here. Let me see who all has joined us or coming in. Let me see who's here. Let's say, okay, my first one. Hey, Lisa. Hey, how are you doing? Thanks for being here. Hey, Paul. Thanks for being here. Hey, Nancy Ray. Hey, Jen Carr. Hey, Lena. Thanks for being here. Hey, Teresa. Let me pull this up so everybody can see. Thanks, Teresa. Greetings, Galactic Tribe. Please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you, Teresa. Also, let's see who's here. Hey, Suzanne, thanks for being here. Hey, Ann Carter, thanks for being here. Hey, Lauren. Hey, Aaron Miss. Hey, everybody. Hey, Lauren, good morning, Dr. Gill. And alien tribes. I like that. So thanks for being here today, everybody. And I will be answering your questions. But today we're going to talk about the Palladians. We haven't talked about them in a while. And let me show you the Palladians, the ones that are most predominantly here. And here's a kind of a picture of a Palladian. They look very human-like. They look like healthy humans. They live a lot longer than we do, and they have a much better healthy lifestyle. But the Palladians, you usually see them thinking of the seven sisters from the Pleiades, and the seven sisters are stars. Hey, Sunawat, thanks for being here. And they most of them predominantly reside on the planet Era. Now, there's, hey, MEJ, Palladians, and I have found that going to different star systems and different planets, that there are different species that live on these different stars and different planets. We put them in a box. Like we think of the Pleiades. Hey, Akila, thanks for being here. We think of the Palladians. We all think of, okay, when we say Palladian, they all look like, hey, Patricia Hernandez, hey, Play of Love, remember? We always think that they just look like us, except for healthier. They're a little larger, they're healthier. The only difference really is, you have to look at the ears because the ears are a little bit lower and a little pointy. That's the only thing that you can really tell the difference in them versus a human. Now, in the Pleiades star system, we have grays, we have the Ebens. I would say it's probably the Ebens that are there, but they're also in the Palladian star system. So there's different species. And I found this early on when I was visiting these areas. Hey, Debbie, Three Shifting Veils, thanks for being here. And I saw the difference. And even when I went on to Venus, I saw different species there where we have this, thought where all of them look just like this. And it does help us to categorize them, and especially in the beginning, especially when I was learning in the beginning, it was easier to catalog them in those different areas like that. But now that we've gotten a little further down the road, it's not always true that they look just like that. If they're from Pallades, that is, Jen go, Evens come from two, no coincidences, laugh out loud. Okay, yeah, they, anyway, the Palladians, the ones that we're used to thinking about is from the Pallades. They're advanced, they're prosperous, they're extremely healthy, they have an extremely healthy lifestyle. They love to live in small communities, and they are evenly distributed on their stars and planets. Now, when I was going out to Mount Shasta, I thought Lemuria was made up of Palladians. And hey, Linda Bishop, thanks for being here. I actually thought when I was going out there to meet the Palladians. I was called to go out there and to work with them. But right before I went out there, they were telling me we want to be called Lemurians. They're not Palladians, they're Lemurians, because it is kind of a mixed race in there. It's made up of Palladians and Arcturians, and also the Syrians, I believe, are the other ones. Hey, Barbara, thanks for being here. And they wanted to be called Lemurians. They didn't consider themselves anything but Lemurians. The Palladians tend to be 6 to 8 feet tall. And that's the other thing. Besides just seeing their ears a little bit different, they are really tall. Hey, Kathleen, thanks for being here. And they do have Nordic-like features, as I was talking about. They tend to have fair features, and then usually light brunettes to blondes with green or blue eyes. And as I talked about the ears, and they usually live about 700 years. 700, can you imagine? 700 years. And Pleiadians are fun loving, spirited beings with much love in their hearts. So when you were thinking about the Pleiadians, you're usually thinking of just love, good. The Pleiadians, they're just nice to be around. They're nice to have as guys. They're nice to be around here. They are the ones that are most predominantly here, helping us transition into our next higher vibrational level. And they were helped on their planet. They were helped by the Arcturians, and now they are here helping us. So there's also a lot of us are affiliated with the Pleiadians, and there's so many of us who have them as our family, and we're associated with them. And of course, we all think of the med beds as for the Pleiades or for the Pleiadians. So there's all sorts of good things that the Pleiadians do. So, okay, well, now let's get into some questions here. I've started a few already. And if you want to put your questions in, if it would be nice if you could put it on caps so I could see it. I will be trying to take them in order, but as you know, I can go out of order at any time, because going from the chat to reading to seeing the questions, sometimes it can be lost in there somewhere. Okay, so Lisa, she says, hi, Dr. Gail. I've been feeling very off for the 3 days now. My guides assure me it's due to my opening. Could you verify this for me? If so, how much longer? They tell me I'm being aided by 2 Pleiadians. Okay. Of course, we're talking about the Pleiadians today. Let's see if I can get this started here. Oh, I know I lost one. Probably lost several of it here. Several questions already here. All right, let's see. Lisa, I'm getting an immediate yes on that this is happening. And this is going to be a kind of a long process for you. And I'm getting yes, you're going to get impatient. You probably already are impatient about it's happening. And again, a really big yes on that. Let me see how long it's going. They're immediately saying 2 months. And let me see if that's for sure. How long? 2 months. Yes, Lisa, 2 months. So during this 2 months, they're telling me that you really need to get some rest to let everything integrate. They're showing me you sleeping or laying on the couch. They're wanting you to be really kind to yourself, is what I'm hearing, and don't push yourself during these next 2 months, because they fear that if you push yourself that you're going to get sick. So be aware of that for the next 2 months, Lisa, just to take care of yourself and let this settle in. And they said they'll be stepping back a little bit while this is settling in, because you're going to want them to come up and do different things. At least you say, are their names Nathan and Neil? Nathan and Neil. I have I'm looking at Neil, and I have a praying mantis that's named, and he spells his name just like that also. Let me see, Lisa, are they Nathan and Neil? Yes, you got their names right. Yes, Nathan and Neil are their names. So that's funny that they spelled it the same way as my praying mantis did. So take care of yourself, Lisa, for the next 2 months. Don't push yourself. Don't get upset because they're stepped back a little bit while you're integrating all the information that's coming into your body. So do take care of yourself during this process. Okay. All right, let's see. Next. Looks like Paul, let's see. Hello, Dr. Gail, sitting under the stars in Pennsylvania, seeing heart, hoping to look up in the sky and seeing something flying by, then just a plane. Thank you. Alone these dreams. Okay. Oh, there's just a statement. Okay, Paul. Well, thanks for letting us know what you're doing. Okay, let me see what's next. It sounds like wonderful. All right, let's see who's next in line here. Hey, Nancy. Hello. May I have a message from my Arcturian family, please? Oh, gosh. Okay, Nancy. Okay. Now, I don't know what this is all about, Nancy, but immediately they're showing me stirring the pot. I don't know what's going on with you, but it looks like to me somehow you're stirring the pot, that I don't know what you're into right now, but they're saying get out of it. Because whatever you're doing, you're just stirring the pot. You don't have any business being there. I don't know if this means anything to you, Nancy. I'm going to pull up the chat to see if you're here. Does that mean anything to you, Nancy? Because they're just saying whatever it is, just get out of it. And it's almost looks like a challenge between maybe readers. I'm not sure if it's between readers or who you're involved with, but it's not worth it. They're telling me, just get out of it, back out of it, Nancy. And I don't want to go into more detail about what it's about, but just pull yourself out of whatever is going on. Okay, Nancy, it's not worth it. And they're saying you're above it. Is what they're saying. So just, yeah, just let it go. Yes, that's exactly it. And I do feel like maybe someone's like, look, you're not sure what that means. Are you involved in some kind of group right now, Nancy? That can be a little catty, is kind of what I'm getting. And they're wanting you to move above all that cattiness. I'm not sure, Nancy, if that means anything to you, but I'm just feeling like it's kind of a group, or either it's two other people that like you're out eating lunch and they're going into whatever, and they're just wanting you to rise above it, not participate in it. You might make a statement, but don't feel it. Don't get involved in it. Just move on. Don't let them get to you. Exactly. That's right. That's exactly right. Okay. So Nancy, I'm not sure what that's about. Oh, you think you know the group now, Nancy? Okay. All right. Well, good, because that is a strange message that I'm getting for you, that they're wanting you to rise above it. It's not, don't get rid of your friends and don't get rid of the group. Just realize what's happening and just rise above it, and just take whatever they're saying or whatever that group's doing and just kind of dismiss it and rise above it is what I'm getting. Okay. All right. Looks like it's Elena. Hi, I would like a message for me. Thank you. Elena, let me see. I think I probably mispronounced your name. It's probably Elana. I'm not sure. So let me see what I have here for you. Okay. Hey, Viviani. Thanks for being here. You're welcome, Nancy. Now you're made aware of what's going on with that group. Now you can handle it. Okay. Let's see. I'm not getting anything that's just jumping out at me for you right now. Let me see. Okay. They're showing me, hey, White Dragon, thanks for being here. Let me start these questions, but because I'm not sure why I'm seeing this. They're showing me a lineup that you're doing a tug of war, like you're pulling on a rope, trying to pull it towards you, and the other end's fighting. There's all these other obstacles, all these things that's fighting you. You're pulling it. They're telling you to move on to another, because this is taking so much work that you're fighting for, that move on to something else. And I don't know, is this a metaphysical world? Okay. I don't know what area you're going in. I don't know if you're trying mediumship, cards, or whatever you're trying. It's almost like you're trying to put yourself in some kind of box, maybe following somebody's, this is what it is. It looks like to me you're following somebody's regiment, somebody's rules, somebody's way of doing things. And it's not the way you do it. You've got to find your own path. And that's what they're showing me, that tug of war, is you're trying to fit in, spitting on myself, excuse me, trying to fit in that box. And you have to do things your own way. You cannot fit in that, and it's just a tug of war. You're thinking that you're not good enough, or you're not right, or this is how I should be doing it, but it's not for you. You have your own way of doing things, and it's just the way you do it is just as good as the way anybody else does it. So I'm not sure if you know what that's about, Elena. If you're here, just let me know if you have any idea what that's about. Oh, gosh, I about dropped something there. That would have been awfully noisy too, because I have towel four on me. Hi, Mila Rice. Thanks for being here. And so, Elena, are you here to help let me know if this is going in the right direction? Okay, I'm not sure she's here. 68 degrees in Massachusetts. It's in the 70s here in North Carolina. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay, let's see. I'm assuming Elena's not here. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next one. Hey, Jen, Dr. Gail, any messages from our guys would be appreciated. Thank you. Hey, Jen. Okay. I'm still starring. If y'all wondering what I'm doing, I'm hesitating. I'm starring at the same time I am. And I've got 14 questions now. It's probably all I'm going to be able to handle at this moment during the show. Let's see. Any messages from your guides? That's good messages for you, Jen. They're showing me you're on the right path. Yeah. There's nothing really else to say. You're on the right path, and they're just showing me just skipping down the road. And they're showing me that there are challenges, but you're on the right path. So, Jen, good for you. You're on the right path. I know you've been through a lot, but you're on the right path right now. So, good for you. How often do we ever hear that? That is wonderful. Okay. All right, let's see who's next. Hey, Jill. Hi, Dr. Gail. I would like to know if the tall, thin man with bald head that I saw at dinner on Sunday was from another planet. He kept looking at me, and I felt his energy like he knew who I was. Isn't that so weird when you do that, Jill? It is, and you can't get it out of your mind. It's happened to me many times where I question somebody who's either staring at me or can't take my eyes off of. And it is just the weirdest feeling that you just can't let go of. But let me check to see if that person was from a different planet. And let's see. He was an inner Earth being, Jill. He was from inside Earth, not from another planet, inside Earth. But they're saying he's human. Okay, this might be something we need to research, Jill. Apparently, there are humans living inside Earth. And I'm getting this big yes. And it looks like they're living among. Oh, okay. Remember when the insectoids took in the Hopi Indians to let them survive the floods? This is something connected with that, Jill. This is a human, but lives inside of Earth and is descendant of all whatever happened on this. This is amazing. I didn't know that. I didn't know we still had humans living inside Earth that were descendants of those days. But this is who it was. And so the energy you're getting is like it would have been like an off-planet being energy that you were getting, because it was inner Earth being, and they're living among the extraterrestrials, or we consider them extraterrestrials, but they're actually from here, and they were here before us. So this is part of that whole story. I don't know, Jill, if you know that whole story. I don't know it in detail. In fact, after the show, I'm going to look it up more to find out that, because I didn't know that was going on. So that's who you saw, and you were very aware, and you picked it up. So good for you, Jill. That was great. So, and I have a feeling you'll be seeing more or being able to pick up more of that. I know I've missed a lot while I was giving that reading. Patricia, you're saying you've seen beings of light around them in the inner earth under the mountain here in New Mexico, and they're called, I think I'm going to butcher that name. Let me see if I can pull this up. So everybody can see the name, because I know I'll butcher the, but it's called Chikarita. So they're humans, okay. You see beings of light around them in the inner earth under the mountain. Here, are they human? Because I'm seeing that this person is human, and she was picking up the vibration of this person. And just you're saying you can hear them underground. Okay, so the mountain's name is at 12,000 feet. It's called Jakarta. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty amazing, Jillian. Okay. Oh, Elena. Okay. There you are. Okay. But anyway, I want to say congratulations being able to recognize that. It is a little freaky when it happens. I can tell you, because you're sitting there going, is it true? Is it not true? Am I picking up on who that is? I think the first time that happened to me, well, the first time I met any aliens or ETs that were, from Earth was when I was at the dog park one day when a brother and sister came in. And I had said the week before, or maybe a couple of weeks before, I'm ready to meet them. Don't scare me. I was ready to be somebody in person, but don't scare me. I'm ready to meet an ET, but don't scare me. So I was at the dog park one day, and a brother and sister came walking in. There was no car. They didn't drive up. When they came into the dog park, they weren't following dog park protocol, which is being sure to shut the gate, in which they didn't. But they were hearing everything I was saying in my head. They were obviously telepathic, because when I said, you really need to shut the gate telepathically, the girl went back and shut the gate. And then she came and sat right next to me, which is really weird in the dog park. And you go sit in another place, not right next to a person. And then I stopped that in my mind, go, wow, this person's sitting close. She jumped up and moved to another table. And then she started, the biggest clue was when she started throwing the ball to my dog. And the dog I have now, Jezebel, does not chase balls. She does not go through it, but she was doing that. And I'm sitting there thinking, she was running after it. She was throwing it and running it after it. And I was thinking, my dog's going to have a heart attack. She never does those things. And then she stopped immediately. But they were able to pull it together and hold it together probably about 30 minutes maybe. And then it started kind of going weird, their conversation. And all I could think of at that time, which is really funny, is that, oh gosh, these two are on the spectrum. And they bring in these wonderful star seeds, and these are on the spectrum. But I didn't recognize it until the next day that that's who I had met, and they had done exactly what they said. Send me first ETs that I can beat, that do not scare me. Well, they didn't scare me, but they were a little weird. And when they started talking about, it was warm, and they started talking about coats and going on and on and on about coats, I was going, this conversation is getting a little weird. But anyway, that was my first experience. I've had many since then, but that was my first experience. Okay, let me see who's next. Okay. Let's see. Looks like it might be you, Teresa. You mentioned that Venus, Mars inhabited in different vibration. Who are they? Will Mars be re-inhabited? Well, we're already re-inhabiting trees. So we have people working up there now, and it's that 20 and back program that they go over there for. Oh, I think it's 2 weeks, 2 weeks and one day, something like that, and it's equal to 20 years on Mars. And so that program's already going on there. So we're already working on Mars. And Venus, I'm not real sure about Venus. Let me see if that's inhabited. If we're inhabiting that. I mean, we're been doing lots of things. Are we on Venus? We're on Venus also. So and we're on so many different planets and stars that we don't know about, that that they're getting funding for, that we don't know about. But we have been inhabiting Mars. Now, when will humans be able to inhabit Mars again? I don't know, but if y'all saw the show on Gaia here recently, there's a 3-part series where they're talking about going through the portals and going to these different planets. And one of them is where they saw the humans 8,000 years ahead, where they were taller than us and bald, and they were living above Earth. They weren't living down on Earth, they were living above it. And then they just did a show today. I watched it, and it was 60 years or 80 years in the future, and Earth didn't exist anymore. And they were living in all these like spheres that looked like Earth inside, small of them. There was a bunch of them. It was in the area where Earth was, and the beings were smaller and more robotic. And they weren't real sure if that was AI, they were robotic, or it's just how they were. They weren't. That's how we evolved. Hypnosis, Venus and Mars are interesting. We're going into the age of the divine feminine. Yes, yes. And my dog Moon, who used to be my pilot on my spaceship, and she could transition from or shapeshift from a dog to a Wookiee or a Yeti and to a human. And her real form was a human on Venus. And when I went to visit her planet, there's quite a few different species there, and which is amazing how little we actually know. It's just amazing. So I hope I answered your question, Teresa. I kind of went off there. Let me see if I'm going to look at your question again. Okay, I'm pulling it up again. So who are they? The Venus and Mars well, as I said, humans are inhabiting Mars. They're working on there already, and they've been doing that for years. And will we inhabit it? I just don't know if we are, because 80,000 years in the future, it looks like we're living in these spheres that look like Earth, because Earth has disappeared. They said Earth and Moon had disappeared. The sun was still there, and Venus and Mars were still there, but Earth was not there. But that's 80,000 years ahead that they were able to visit. Now, what has assisted them, now this is back in early 2000s that this was going on, and they were traveling in a spaceship that what was that Eben that was from the Pleiades, J-Rod, the Eben that's from the Pleiades helped them build, and they were able, that's how they were able to find out. He helped them build a spaceship that would let them go back to these areas. Okay. I am just running off without answering y'all's questions. Talk about too many different things. Let me focus here. All right. Well, if I can get my scroll to work. Okay. Looks like it's Linda. You once told me that a trip I was going to take would be used by a star family to do some upgrade, but I didn't go on the trip, so I did not get upgrade. Well, Linda, what makes you think you didn't go on the trip? Okay, let me see. Did you go on that trip? You did go on that trip. Yeah, you already went on the trip. You've had the upgrade. Yeah, you just did it while you were sleeping, so you just weren't aware of it. So you've already had that upgrade, and you did go on that trip. So There you go, Linda. You just don't remember it. And that's very common. Okay. Let's see. It looks like Patricia, you have something about asthma. I'm doing the Solaris Healing Center Saturday, and let's see if that's what you're talking about. Oh no, you're talking about you saw medical Mike walking away, clicking his heels from one side to the other in a playful way. Couldn't help to burst out laughing. He's helped my brother head area. Hope neck is better. Okay, well, yeah, great. And I'll say I will be doing the Solaris Healing Center where medical Mike will be there to help. And yeah, he is so funny. I love being around here. He's such an animated, funny thing. So, okay, let me see who's next. It looks like Viviani. May I have a message from my guide frequency, please? Okay, let me see. Frequency. What's he has to say? Viviani, I just keep repeatedly getting this for you is stepping outside the box you've put yourself in. And I just really, and now they're showing me that box and you just punching your arm through and a leg through. And I'm not sure if you have put yourself in a box, but it's wanting you to escape it, get out of it, do I don't know what this box is. Just do you feel like you're in a box, that you've put yourself in a box, Viviani? But that's what I'm getting is for you to break out of that box. Are you okay? I don't know if this is true. Are you following everybody else's way of doing things and not doing your own thing? And this is what I'm kind of getting a yes of. You need to break out of that box and do your own thing. You're getting out of it. You're getting out of the box. Okay, Viviani. Okay, well, good. If you want to talk about it, just email me and we can talk about you getting out of this box because this keeps coming up over and over and over for you about boxing yourself in and needing to push your way out of that. You know, she needs to find her own ways, right? Hypnoticity. That's what I'm getting, and I've been getting this for several weeks now. I feel like. Okay, all right. Let's see who's next. Hey, White Dragon. Okay. Gail, how is the new Arcturian lady Starlight that is my armor related to it? Okay, is the new Arcturian lady Starlight that is my armor related to me? Oh, okay. Okay, got it. Got it. Took me a minute to get that. So you want to know if your armor, which is an Arcturian named Starlight, is related to you. Okay, let me see if she's related to you. No, I'm not getting that she's related to you. And this is what she's saying. She says, no, there's no relationship. The reason why there's no relationship is because she can't do her job if she had a personal relationship or a family relationship with you, that she wouldn't be able to perform her duties, that she would be a little more emotionally involved with you, which kind of makes sense. So there you go, White Dragon. So no, she's not related because she wouldn't be able to do her job if she was related to you. Okay, let's see. This is Mila Rice. Hello, can you tell or see anything, any messages from me? Okay, okay, so you want a message. Okay. Okay. White Dragon, she's with me 24/7. Well, yeah, she's your armor, so, but she's just keeping it professional. That's what I'm saying that she's not. Okay, let's see if the message from Mila. Viviani, to Gail, the box is a controlling relationship. I'm getting more on a professional level, Viviani. I'm getting it like your gifts. I'm getting that's what I'm getting. That you've got yourself in a box on that. And so just take a look at it because it's easy because you were, in a controlling relationship, and I know you're getting out and having difficulties with that. But this is more than that. Okay. I'm trying to see what they're trying to tell me, and I'm getting a yes. That way, my mind's going. But I jumped over there to Viviani. She says, "Yes, I self-sabotage myself on gifts." Okay, so it's time to break free of that because you're so gifted that, well, the self-sabotaging a lot of times is you just get out there and do it because, like for me, being introverted, I'm not the one that's like jumping in public, and every time I go in here, I'm getting nervous, going, "Oh gosh, I'm going out in public. Everybody's gonna see me." But my guides just take over, and so it's fun, and that's kind of what I'm getting for you. That you need to break out of a box because you're following or doing or following this certain protocol, and your way is going to be much stronger than this protocol or this structure that you're following. Vivian, I think you've been a journey, and I am still learning and growing. Okay, yes. Well, your learning and growing is within you. So let that come forth. Let the learn the part you've done enough learning. I think that's what it is. You've done enough learning. You've done enough observing. Now it's time to break free and let your own gifts come out, and it will not look like anybody else's. Don't try to fit into places you've outgrown, and that's exactly what it is. You've outgrown everything that you've been doing. Thanks. That was good way you put that, hypnicity. Okay, Mila, I know you're going, what in the world is she not talking about? But I had to keep on with Viviana because this is real important for her. And okay, because I'm not getting anything really big for you, Mila, except for keep on your path. And then this is what I'm getting is keep on your path that you're going on, and don't let the naysayers push you off, because what I'm seeing is it's so easy for somebody to bump you and get you off your path, or for you to question your path. But you are to stay on that path and don't let that person knock you off. Whatever they say, just agree with it and go, and yeah, I understand where you're coming from. But you don't even have to give them a but, or even have to retaliate or not retaliate or come back with anything. Just say you understand them, but just stay on your own path. Just keep what you're doing on your own path, and don't let people to get in your head and knock you off that path. Okay, sorry, it took me a few minutes to get there. Okay, looks like it's Ann. Hey, Ann. Dr. Gail, am I a hybrid? If so, how can I find my people? And I'd say you're definitely a hybrid. Let me see. I don't even need to hardly read on that. Let me see here. It's Ann. Yeah, you're hybrid, Arcturian hybrid. Arcturian is what it is. And so that's your people. You're an Arcturian hybrid, and you're already being with your people. The name of the person you need to get in touch with is Sultra, 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 Sultra. That is your main Arcturian to get in touch with or connect with, meditate on. But you're already connected. You're already going up there on the spaceship, and you've already even visited your star that you're from on the Arcturus star system. So you're doing a whole lot more than you know, Anne. But that's who to get touch with, what did I say? Sultra, Sultra, Sultra. Anyway, that's who this Arcturian is saying connect. And this is a him, connect with him. Okay, and all right, there we go. Let's see what's next. Oop. Trying to scroll down. Okay, Shay Ryder. Happy Wednesday, Dr. Gail. What does my galactic family want me to know? Does doing healing work this week? Oh, okay, good for you. Okay, let's see. And happy Wednesday to you too, Shay Ryder. All right. Shay, expect upgrades coming really soon. And be patient with it. And there's something to do with the healing, because what they're showing me is your hands, something to do with your hands and the energy you can develop between your hands. It's almost like, is it Reiki where you can form a ball? It looks like they're showing me that you're forming a ball of energy in your hands, and you have the ability to do that. And I'm not sure if that's what you're already doing, but that's what they're showing me. And you've got an upgrade coming soon. And this might be the upgrade. If you're not already doing it, this is the upgrade that's coming soon. And so be prepared for it. It's going to start happening next week. This upgrade is going to be coming next week. So take care of yourself. But Shay, do you do anything? Do you generate energy between your hands? Because that's what they're showing me you're going to be doing, or that you're already doing. That's going to be an upgrade to that. Okay, are you here, Shay? Because I don't know what kind of healing work you do, but it's certainly dealing with energy, it looks like. Okay. Let's see what I have here. See what I have missed. All right. No Reiki. Are you working with energy work, Shay? Because that's what I'm seeing is energy. Energy is going to be developing between your hands, or if you don't already have that energy. And it's almost like you can, when somebody's needing help, you're just developing that energy and sending it out to them, and which is going to be a great gift. I work in mental health as a therapist. Oh, there you go. That's where that's coming from. So this is the energy. Okay. So Shay, this is what's going to be happening with you. You're going to be able to develop that energy in between your hands. This is going to is something new for you, obviously. So you're going to develop that energy in your hands. And I think this is going to be assisting, let me check on this, with your patients. So let me check on that. Okay. This is going to be helping your patients with depression. And some, especially the ones who are having suicidal thoughts, Shay. So this is the gift that you're going to be giving, is the fact that you're going to be able to send this positive energy to them to help them snap out of it. It's almost like, the days when they used to shock them. I think they have gone back to some of that now. But this energy, you have the ability to roll energy into your hands. And this will start happening next week, that you're going to be able to roll energy in your hands and send it to that person. And it's almost like it's going to snap them out of what is going on with them. And then you're going to be able to break through it and work with them a lot better. That's pretty exciting, Shay. So needed. Okay. All right. Let me see what else I have here. I'm going to take this one last question. And it looks like it's Pamela Anderson. I'm curious if I had in-person contact when I saw a ship back in 2011-12. If you had in-person contact when you saw the ship, did you have and that's a definite yes. 2011, 2000, both times, Pamela, you had some contact with that ship. In fact, I believe they were there for you. Let me see. Were they there for her? Yes, they were there for you, specifically for you, Pamela. So, yeah, that's good that you saw the ship. Okay, everybody. That's it for me today. Thanks for being here. Thanks for moderators for having helping me with keeping this a safe place for us to talk. And we'll be back here on Saturday, and that'll be for Solaris Healing Center, and I'll be with Terry. Gosh, I'm not being able to find my words now. going struggling here just to say goodbye to everybody. But anyway, thanks everybody. Have a great, wonderful end of your week, and I will see y'all on Saturday. All right, thanks. All right, bye-bye.